Hey, it's Rob Lightfoot, proud two-time alum of Rowan University.
And I'm Jessica Kennedy, also a two-time Rowan alum. And you're listening to
Beyond the Brown and Gold.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM presents Beyond the Brown and Gold, a show that highlights the lives and memories of Glassboro State and Rowan University alumni. Now, here are your hosts, Rob Lightfoot and Jessica Kennedy.
On today's episode of Beyond the Brown and Gold, we have 2014 graduate Jon Lavengetto.
We geek out a little bit because he's an RTF alum.
Yeah, we love our RTF
So
alums.
we love our RTF alums.
You know why?
Why?
I think we're living through them.
I think you're right, actually. I think it's more of it's more of
Tell
our
us your
sad
story.
Yeah. How did you do it?
Yeah, tell us more. Well, Jon has the coolest job. He's a senior content manager for the New Orleans Saints, but he also is for the Pelicans. So we find out that that's kind of like a dual position that he has, but he's worked for lots of great organizations.
Yeah, Major League Baseball. Then he did some stuff for Cal Ripken down south, and a lot of South references in Baltimore.
I know. Rob talks a lot about the South. Questionable where the South is in this interview, but he worked in D.C. for the Washington Wizards, the Mystics, NBC Universal, Comcast,
Devils. He did Devils stuff.
I mean, he's really been all over the place. So we talk about his journey to Rowan, which was pretty unique, and then everything he's been able to do with his RTF degree since he graduated in 2014. We have a special guest in studio, but I'm looking right at your fan base right now.
That's our first studio audience, I think.
I know.
Or maybe our second studio audience.
You're making me a little nervous. So, Jon, who's here with us in the next studio?
My amazing parents are here. They were very nice enough to come up from Cape May and grab me from the New Orleans Pelicans team hotel and take me back here to Rowan University.
Let's talk about, you grew up in Cape May. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about what it was like to grow up in a beach area.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, I really like where I'm from. It really made me who I am today. And my mom, I actually grew up in the house my mom grew up in, so it was kind of cool. So cool. And yeah, it was just really awesome. Just grew up surfing, skating, snowboarding, all that fun stuff, and kind of a town where you just kind of figure out hobbies to do because it shuts down half of the year, but in a fun way. And then you just kind of have winter to do whatever you want to do, and that's kind of where I think I picked up a video camera and learned how to do what I currently do.
When it shuts down, do you love that part? Like when people just go away?
Yeah, do you like the inactivity? And the yellow lights, like they flash yellow lights.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm not a beachgoer, so I just know I've been down there once in a while.
The flashing yellow lights are pretty fun, but yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Some people, it's kind of, you learn to love it or you learn to hate it. Some people hate it, want to get out of town right away, and some people love it. I was one of those people that loved it. If we had a professional sports team in Cape May, I would definitely be in Cape May, but fortunately we don't.
And so were you mentioned you did all these other side hobbies like the skating. Was that at all going to be on your radar for like maybe doing something with that professionally or no?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Snowboarding was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
X Games stuff, like watching the X Games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went to.
Am I dating myself with the X Games? Are the X Games still a thing?
X Games are still 100% a thing.
All right.
They actually years ago they were in Philadelphia for 2 years, and I actually went with my parents and some friends, and we went to all the X Games events in Philly. It was pretty cool. They took over all the stadiums and everything. There's motocross, skateboarding, a little bit of everything. It was pretty cool. And then for snowboarding, we actually went to different competitions and things and got to watch. We went to Vermont and got to see like the Burton Open, which is one of the oldest snowboarding competitions around. It's pretty cool.
Actually, a funny story about snowboarding. So I don't know when this is going to air, but last week it snowed. So my husband tried snowboarding down a hill on a saucer. Like a kid's, like you sit at your hiney on it and go down the hill.
He realizes he's...
Yeah, I said, you can't do stuff like that. You're going to start breaking a hip now. Like, you can't. He flew. I have the video. It's amazing. I'll show it to you afterwards. But yeah, so snowboarding on a disc, don't recommend.
No, don't do that.
Don't recommend
but
that.
Snowboarding's pretty hard to do on a snowboard, no?
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a bit to get used to it, but I loved it, did it all the time. Actually, here at Rowan, me and my roommate, he was one of my buddies from Cape May. We went to Rowan together. And then we actually they had college passes at our favorite mountain at Camelback Mountain in Poconos. Sure, yeah. And it was a college student pass. It was like $200, I think. It was like $200 for the whole season. And it was an unlimited pass. So, and a single day pass was like $50, $60 at the time. So it paid for itself. And I had a truck at the time. And we just load up our friends, and we had a little tailgate grill. So we just get like a cheap pack of hot dogs and just cook hot dogs in the parking lot to save some money, and just drive right up to Poconos, snowboard all day, and head back here to campus.
I skied once, wasn't good at stopping, so then my
You have
career
to
was
pizza to stop.
They told me that.
That's what I learned
And my
from the
legs
kids.
just went, and I almost lost.
You're
things.
like, I'm done.
We're done with that.
I don't do anything where I can get hurt.
But
so.
no, yeah, I try not to.
That's why
at
I'm
this
sitting
age.
behind the microphone.
Now, John, you didn't come right to Rowan, so tell us a little bit about your sort of like educational experience from Cape May to Rowan.
Yeah, I went to Lower Cape May Regional High School, which is the high school in Cape May, and I was really fortunate that our high school had a lot of different things to do and just different programs that kept everyone interested and entertained. Our school, can't say enough good things about my high school and just the things that it did for us. We had a marine biology program, which was amazing, and we would actually go out and catch fish and like create like an aquarium and have different fish and take care of things. We actually caught octopus one year, and we had a pet octopus in the class and everything, which was hilarious. And then we also had a really awesome TV program, and we actually had our own TV channel that was on the local TV and everything, and we do our morning announcements through TV. So like everyone would tune in their TV and you'd watch the morning announcements and you'd be like, oh, I know that classmate.
Oh, that's cool.
And we do that. So I did that all 4 years and really enjoyed that, and just had a blast doing it. And just, it was one of those things I always really liked doing it, but wasn't sure how I could spin a career out of it. My dad's retired Coast Guard and was an electronics technician. So I was always around electronics and things and was really excited about that. So out of high school, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do electronic engineering, if I wanted to do marine biology, or if I wanted to do video.
I read that in your bio. I'm like, whoa, what a different.
Well, I saw the marine biology
Yeah.
thing, and I first pictured Seinfeld.
Did you?
I did.
With the beached whale?
You remember the Kramer episode?
Yeah.
If only we had a marine biologist. No, John was going to be the marine biologist. Go ahead.
I was always obsessed with sharks. I just really liked sharks. And like, I don't know. I just really always enjoyed sharks, and I wanted to be like, if I did marine biology, I wanted to specialize in sharks and be a shark scientist. And I'm really big on Shark Week. So,
All right.
Were your parents pushing for the non-artsy? Because my parents were like, "Oh, you want to be a photographer? Yeah, okay." Although I became an RTF major, so they didn't push me too far out of the creative.
No, they let you have something.
Yeah. But were they hoping that you pursued engineering or marine biology, or is it really film that kind of
no,
your passion?
my parents were awesome, and they let me do whatever I wanted to do.
I was just saying, are you just saying that because they're right behind us right now?
Looking right at him.
No, not at all.
Cut his mic.
Never. No. It was actually anything I want to do, they supported. Want to play hockey. I don't know. I always found a way to pick the most expensive position at every sport I played. And I played football, hockey, and baseball growing up, and just love sports. They were excited when I picked baseball because like, all right, he just needs like a bat and a glove. And of course I picked to be catcher. So they're like,
Oh, you had to bring all
gotta
your
get
own
all this
stuff.
other
I
stuff.
didn't even think
and
about that.
yeah, I always loved hockey growing up. And of course for hockey, I picked being the goalie. So of course I had all the
Needed all
goalie
that
gear and
gear.
everything. And they always support everything. They never pushed me to stay into it. Never pushed me to get into something or stay into something or anything. They just kind of let me do anything. I did soccer as a kid. I hated it. Went to my mom, was like, this is terrible.
A lot of
And she's
running.
like, all right, you're good. Let's go. And then didn't have to do soccer again after that, where I know some people, like, they were just like, oh, you picked to do this, now you're doing this. So they always encouraged me to stick with it, but they didn't force me into it or force me out of it or anything. And
That was my house rule. Like, if you started a season, you had to finish the season. Like, even if you hated it, you made a commitment.
Yeah.
So push through.
yeah. I mean, most of the times I did, but me and soccer just did not click for whatever reason. I tried every position. I was like,
That would have been a cheap sport to play.
that was,
That's
yeah,
probably why.
They were definitely excited about that, but yeah, I just couldn't, it wasn't really for me.
Following high school, you attended Atlantic Cape Community College.
Mm-hmm.
Were you looking for a year to kind of figure out what you wanted to do? What was the path there? And then how did you get to Rowan from Atlantic Cape?
Yeah, actually, out of high school, well, I guess during high school, I toured a bunch of colleges all over, and Rowan wasn't originally on my list. I was actually really looking into going into Rutgers and doing something at Rutgers, and that was one of the spots I looked at out of high school. They also had a really good hockey program that I wanted to try to get into. My goalie coach had, at the time, had some connections there, and he had connections here as well at Rowan. Yeah, I decided instead of not really being sure what I want to do and just kind of committing to something right away and being stuck in it, I figured, you know what, why don't I just go to community college right here and save some money, do that route. So I did 2 years at ACCC and had a great time doing that. It was community college definitely is a grind, and it's something you have to really commit to, but it was definitely something that
What do you mean by that, by the way?
when you're at a university, when you're at like Rowan, like I had a really great time. I lived on campus. I had a really good friend base. I was a little more independent because I was here on campus, where when you're at community college, you're commuting every day, and the commute kind of gets annoying sometimes. For me, we had a campus in Mays Landing, New Jersey, which was about 30 minutes from my house. And then we had another campus that was in Courthouse. And actually, sorry, the Mays Landing campus is about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic. And then Courthouse one was 30 minutes. So it was commute every day. And sometimes it'd be morning classes, and you have to get up extra early, get there. Everyone's commuting, so the parking lots are always a mess. You're finding parking, walking who knows where. The Mays Landing campus was an old high school, so it felt like you were back at high school. So it just kind of wears and tears on you after a while, and you get through the semester and you're just kind of like, it doesn't really feel like college sometimes. It felt more like kind of like everyone says like the 13th grade. And then you have some kids in there that were really committed, like me, who wanted to continue their education. You have some kids, I'll never forget the one girl's like, we went around to do the intros for like our first class, and the girl's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. I'm just here because my mom said she'd buy me a car.
Oh, wow. Well, at least she's honest.
I can respect that.
I guess the professor knew what to expect after that, so she put it out there.
So I was like, all right. So you got half the class that's like, I'm just here because I have to be here. And then you got the other half that's really committed to what you want to do. And I was lucky enough that a couple of my friends from home, we went to ACCC together. At the time, there was the STARS program. So one of my best friends growing up, he did the New Jersey STARS. So he did 2 years at ACCC and then transferred here to Rowan for engineering. And then one of my other good buddies went to ACCC because he was kind of in the same boat, didn't really know what he wanted to do, if he wanted to do something like marine biology or something, or if he wanted to do business. He ended up coming here to Rowan for business. So
No, it was a Rowan alum that recommended Rowan to you, right? A Glassboro State alum?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So at ACCC, one of my mentors there, he was our communications professor, Professor Forrest. We always just called him Professor Forrest. He was awesome. He was a Glassboro State alumni, and I had a bunch of classes with him, and he was really invested in everyone and just everyone that wanted to continue to learn and continue to grow. There, he really saw my strengths in video. Didn't have a video program at ACCC, but I had a video camera and my own stuff and kind of did my own thing on the side with local businesses and friends and stuff like that. And just made some videos for fun. And he saw some of that stuff and really saw potential. I would do some projects for class. He'd always say, kind of create something different out of the box. So I'd create some videos sometimes to be a little different. And he really saw those and liked those. And his neighbor at the time, a guy named Rob Marish, was an owner of a production company in Philly called Keystone Productions. And they worked on their production house that rents out equipment, but they also do in-house production. So a lot of TV shows actually hire them out and bring them in to do the production on site for them. So instead of sending out a film crew for like all these big shows, they just hire them and say, hey, go shoot this, and then send us the footage and we'll take care of it, stuff like that. That's cool. So he had a really cool neighbor and a really cool inn, told the neighbor about me. The neighbor was really interested and brought me in as an intern my last year at ACCC. And I really did that.
You got the bug.
Yeah, I got that bug from that. Worked on a bunch of different projects. There was the Haney project at the time, which was on Golf Channel, which is kind of funny. It was this guy that he was Tiger Woods' ex-golf coach that just tried to fix different celebrities like golf swings, and one of his biggest challenge was Charles Barkley, which was hilarious.
Yeah, because he's got a terrible swing.
Yeah, it was at the time, it was the worst ever. So like seeing that was funny. And then Dr. Oz show, when he was still just Dr. Oz, was kind of cool, and seeing all that and getting to be on site for that. That one was kind of gross though, because it was I was actually on site PA for a shoot for a procedure. Ooh. And it was a liposuction, and it was not
great.
that pretty.
Not great.
So Yeah, that one was kind of like, ooh, I think I want to do video, but I don't want to do this.
So I have to look at it to record it.
You know, you start to get the bug for these things. I think we've talked about it before in other shows, but like when I'm an RTF.
We're
So like we're all like in this good pot here together. So we're going to bore the audience for a little bit and talk about this field. But when I got here, I wanted to do on-air radio and behind-the-scenes television production because I think putting the pieces together and making a product, and then when you get a good product at the end, it's such a huge rush.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get that all the time, I'm
yeah.
sure, when you're like starting to get, that's probably what got you hooked a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I like started as a hobby just as a kid when I was like 15, borrowed my parents' camcorder and just started making goofy videos with my friends and having fun with that. A lot of my friends were huge into wrestling, so we made backyard wrestling videos and it was
like any good kid.
Yeah, like anything. Put some people through some tables.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Like some of the stuff we did, and looking back, it's like, all right, that was a little crazy. I don't know how our parents let us do that, jumping off of our buddy's shed and stuff like that, or making makeshift rings in my backyard.
Just
and
making your parents real nervous.
Oh yeah, yeah. My mom was a nervous wreck with that stuff, but we all came out unscathed, so that kind of worked out, and it allowed us to have some fun and creative freedom, and it just kind of one of those things that just kind of took that and just really enjoyed it, and it's one of those things that really brought me joy, and I was like, if I can feel this joy for a career, like it's the whole thing of like, oh, if you enjoy your job, you don't work a day in your life kind of thing. And I was like, let me try to get in on that.
So what was your experience like here as an RTF major? Were you involved in any clubs or organizations? What kind of professors made an impact?
Yeah, I actually, so after ACCC and Professor Forrest recommended me come here, checked out the campus, really enjoyed it. Was lucky enough to be able to transfer with my buddy, both my friends, that I went to ACCC with from back home. We lived in a townhouse over here our first semester, which was pretty awesome.
So fun.
And it was a good time. And then
it's your first time living alone. So it was a
We won't
great
tell
time.
those stories.
It was
We'll
a great time.
Oh yeah.
We still have an audience, so
Yeah.
we won't talk too much about it. Mom's covering her ears. I love it.
No, we had a great time. And so it was pretty cool. I actually was encouraged to try out for the ice hockey team, and I did. But I tore up my knee in the end of tryouts, so I actually had to medically retire from hockey. So I was going to be in the hockey club, but then I decided that didn't work out, so I just decided to focus on my studies. I was interested in the clubs, but I just never really got into them, to be honest. I really wanted to focus on kind of my side stuff and what I did. And I actually got a student job here at the university, and I worked for the university as a videographer and covered some small events and things for the university. So pretty much my time was my studies and just little my side projects, and then just working for the university as a videographer.
Do you like recording the video or editing the video? Like, what is your favorite? Are you doing both of those?
I do a little bit of everything. I always say I like recording the most, but I currently have 2 Emmys for Best Sports Editor, so I think my editing
So
is the
Excuse
best.
kinda
us,
fancy.
excuse me.
Where are they?
Sorry.
Bring them with you.
I couldn't get them on the plane.
We're a pretty big deal too. I mean,
We do have 2 awards ourselves, not an Emmy.
not an Emmy, but
We're gonna work on that. So editing is fun because are you like a detail oriented guy? Like, are you like a little bit of perfectionist?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I try to make sure it's good quality content, and then I think too, now that I've been doing this in professional sports for over 10 years now, and now that I have a team under me, I think when I do my work, I actually have even more detail because the guys that report to me kind of look at my work and I kind of set a tone. So I think I have that a little bit in my head too, of like, I can't just take the easy route on this edit where I know I could. I got to make sure it looks extra nice and extra cool and fans will love it, and that my staff sees it and is like, all right, yeah, cool, that's awesome.
So you had to go through, obviously, the RTF program here. We always we talked about it before. Did any of the other like areas interest you? Radio didn't pique your interest at all? Film, none of that kind of like pulled you in?
Film did, but to be honest, I'm not really a big radio fan. I liked radio, but
Oh, boy.
I always respected radio, but I was never like, when I saw the RTF, I'm just like, I'm going to stick to the TF.
Yeah, no. We all find our way.
Yeah.
Like I was more RT than I don't want the.
I was just R.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's good. But there's also something special about those different types of production and stuff like that. So let's talk about like you're now with, you said you came here with your friends that had a business degree. Or
Engineer, right?
Business engineer. You're going to be the RTF kid.
Were they like busting your chops?
Yeah,
because
they had
all of
to
my
be,
friends
because,
that
like,
were
right.
RTF people are like, you just watch
What do you-
movies.
Right.
And I'm like, well, kind of, but not really. I don't write papers, but I do really cool creative projects.
Yep.
So
That was
they were jealous, I'm sure, a little bit.
100% me. Yeah, the one roommate, the business one, I roomed with I was here for 3 years. I roomed with them all 3 years. My engineer buddy moved off campus after the first year. The first year was always so mad because he'd be doing like one single math problem that took like 4 hours. And he'd come downstairs to the living room and I'm watching Indiana Jones writing like
For a project.
For a project.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing homework." And he's like,
But it's true though, but we would get film class and be like, talk about why you like this film, and it was just very like, discussion oriented classes where it wasn't so like you're doing all these other hard projects and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love documentaries, still do, and I did a documentary class with Ned Eckhart.
Oh, Ned Eckhart,
and he was one of my favorite professors of all time. He was awesome. He always had a fun spin on things, but always like catered to our interests. So one of the documentaries I watched was Lord of the Dogtown for skateboarding, and then another one was there was a snowboarding documentary that came out called The Art of Flight that Red Bull produced that year. That was really cool, and he let me watch that one. And yeah, my buddies are always just like sitting here watching skateboarding and watching snowboarding.
You're like, and I made it a career.
Yeah.
But look how the dots connected for you, right? You started down south, got that intern job, and then finally worked your way here.
Down south. I love how you call it Cape May down.
Oh, down south. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm thinking like, where is it down
Well, we're
south?
gonna get
Where is
south.
he
We're gonna
talking?
go south
I
a
know.
little bit,
So,
right?
like you didn't.
I'm a little down south.
So
right
I grew
now.
up, for people who might not know, I grew up in Burlington County. So for me, I'm like South Jersey, but then anything below me is way south.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like
All right.
like Vineland might be just like another country.
Oh, you haven't been to Alloway then?
Only one time, and it's very far.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of open space. I'm not so sure about that. So, all right, so your friends are ragging on you, but you're trying to make this a career for yourself. What was your, like, when you're leaving Rowan University, I'm going to do what?
I just really wanted to get into professional video. I mean, at the time, because I was just so hungry to get into it, and it can be tough to get into, that I was open to anything. And right out of college, I didn't have opportunities at the time, and I ended up just trying to make my own. I worked with a lot of local businesses and things and just created some video content. At the time, out of college, out of 2014, social media, video content, all that stuff really became big. So I kind of tried to jump in on that and really help local businesses and things in Cape May. One of the big ones I was doing some stuff with was Cape May Brewery, and that was a fun time. And then just really kept trying to keep my craft up. I was working at a restaurant in Cape May and then just kind of doing that stuff on the side and just applying to whatever I could. And luckily I got a opportunity to work in New York City for Major League Baseball in their headquarters in Chelsea. So then out of college I got that, and that really helped me get what I wanted to get, which was a role in video and in professional sports, which is two of my favorite things. And I was like, if I can make something out of this, I think that'd be really cool.
Okay, so how many jobs did you apply for before you got that ML? Because I feel like that's a good perspective for students and even alumni sometimes. How many jobs did you apply for before you got that MLB job?
I don't know if the limit exists. I don't remember.
The limit
was
does
a
not
lot.
exist. Mean Girls. The limit does not exist.
It was a lot.
It's perseverance,
yeah.
man, to get through all of that.
When you're getting to that last semester and you're like, man, I gotta figure out how to be an adult outside of college now. Like, got to figure this thing out. I got to get a job. And I want to get a job with my degree, which is, I think, something some people have to, you got to do what you got to do. But I know a lot of friends of mine that graduated college and just, weren't able to break into what they had their degree for, or just didn't really enjoy what they had their degree for. And that was something I was really determined to get into. I didn't want to settle for anything. So I just applied for anything and everything and had a couple different interviews, a couple of random things, working for like maybe marketing agencies or just different marketing avenues for different companies and things like that. And a couple sports teams, and MLB was the first one to give me a chance.
Were you hoping to stay, well, now you're not really local anymore, but were you hoping to stay local at the time for your first job? Were you looking pretty much just in the tri-state area, like as close as you could be? Or were you sky's the limit. Take me wherever.
I was open to wherever. I mean, I always want to be close to home just because I enjoy being home and I enjoy my family and having time with them. But I was open to wherever it took me.
And were you living with somebody in New York? It's very expensive to be up there on.
So
Seems kind of personal.
Right. Well, no, I'm just,
No, so it's actually crazy with MLB because the pay just wasn't high enough, and I didn't have any friends or family in North Jersey or anyone in New York then.
You were not making a commute.
I commuted every day from Cape May to New York City.
Ew, why? That's terrible.
What?
How long did it take
Wait, so you must have left at what, like 3 a.m.?
No, I had crazy hours. So for MLB, I was an assistant editor, and I would work some of the afternoon games and some of the night games and some of the West Coast games. So sometimes I would work a shift that would be 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So I'd be driving up there at like 5 p.m. and then getting home at like 7 a.m., sleep for a couple hours, and then drive back up, do the night shift again.
Oh, that is bananas. So were you driving? You're taking the ferry over, like because of the ferry there? No,
I drove right into. So at first I took I would take the train in.
Yeah, sure.
I would drive up to North Jersey Park, take the train in, and then my night shifts. I actually found a parking lot that was right next to the office. And they had, like, because of the crazy hours, they had really good parking rate, super cheap. So it was just felt easier and safer at the times I was working just to drive all the way into Chelsea, park at this parking lot, just go work. And then a lot of times I'd be done at 4 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. And the 6 a.m. ones were kind of fun because I'd put my golf clubs in the car. And Chelsea Market, their Chelsea Piers had an early bird special. So
Didn't you want to sleep after that?
Yeah,
I to play golf.
I don't know what he's trying to do. I'm actually confused right now.
So I would go to Chelsea Piers after work when I was done at 6 a.m. and it was 2 hours, unlimited balls for like $20. So I just go hit a bunch of golf balls.
My dude loves sports, man.
Yeah.
Any opportunity he can get.
So let's just explore this for a second now, because I feel like every question I ask, I feel it's ridiculous, but then it gets just crazy.
I thought it was a ridiculous question.
And then
that was not the answer.
It went somewhere. Well, so maybe I'll go for 2 for 2 here. So the kid from Cape May, quiet, where everybody leaves and you're blinking lights down there. Now you're in this city life. Mm-hmm. What? Do you like that?
Yeah, no, I love the city. I'm a Philly kid at heart.
All right.
When I was here at Rowan, we would go almost every weekend. We'd just hop on Patco and just jump on the train, go into Philly, hang out in Philly for the day. Had some friends at Temple or Drexel, hang out with them every now and then. Just kind of enjoy the city, enjoyed Philly. Been to New York a bunch. My parents and I would go to New York. We'd go up there for Christmas. We actually went to Radio City and all that. And
it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There.
So I've been to New York a bunch before and knew how to kind of navigate it. And when I took the job, I actually just took a day just to go up and just kind of navigate what I wanted to do, how I wanted to get to the office, and just took the train and just kind of check it out and see everything. So, yeah.
Sorry, so you do MLB, right? And what's your next transition? Was it to look for something else closer to home? Like, what was your next thought process here?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of just always keep my career growing, and I just kind of kept my eye open to anything interesting. And there was an opening with Ripken Baseball, which is Cal Ripken Jr.'s baseball company, and they're based outside of Baltimore. And saw they had a producer opening. I thought that was the next step. That would be kind of cool, and took the chance at going there, and I ended up getting the job there, and was there for a year, and enjoyed that. Did all sorts of fun stuff with that.
So in what position did you win these Emmys? What job were you at when you won these Emmys?
Yeah, I was nominated. My first ever nomination was with the New Jersey Devils for sports editor. And then my first ever win was actually last year with the New Orleans Saints and Pelicans.
How many places have you worked since? So it's been 10 years. How long has it been since you graduated in 2014?
Yep.
So we're approaching 11.
Yeah.
You're getting old, see? You're going to have a 10-year college reunion. What teams have you worked for before your current position that you're in now? What other teams have you worked for? Because you've experienced quite a few.
Yeah. I kind of jumped around a little bit, just finding my fits. Some of my roles were part-time, full-time, no benefits, so definitely want to try to get benefits. Just kind of did what I had to do to build up my career, build up my resume, and get to where I wanted to be. And worked for Major League Baseball in the New York office, then worked for Cal Ripken Jr. in Maryland. While with Cal Ripken, I worked part-time for MLB again. I was a photographer for MLB at Nationals Park in D.C., So that was a lot of fun doing photos because photos was always something I enjoyed too. Video is 100% my passion, but photography is something I really liked just as a little thing to kind of get away from video, kind of keep things different. And did photography at National Park, which was really cool, and got to take pictures and do stuff for the Phillies, which was kind of neat when they came to town. So always kind of a little biased toward the Phillies when they were in town.
I was going to say, have you maintained your roots? You're moving all over the place here.
Your sports roots. They're still Philadelphia based.
I'm still so I work for the Saints and Pelicans, so definitely go Saints and Pelicans.
All right, good. Now they've heard that. Now what?
But definitely still go Phillies, go Flyers. We don't have hockey and baseball down there, so I can still say that.
So technically, you're employed by two major league teams, two teams,
two professional teams. Yep.
Is that normal for the type of work that you do?
No, not at all. Some organizations are. It's really rare, but some organizations have two teams that you do stuff for. A lot of them are separated. They might be the same ownership group.
Okay.
But hey, there's this. You work for this team. You work for this team. Like for example, Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment is the ownership group of both the Washington Commanders, the 76ers, and the New Jersey Devils. But they all each have their individual video teams. So they're the same ownership group, but they don't work for the same. But for us, we're Benson Enterprises, and we are the New Orleans Saints and New Orleans Pelicans. And we're owned by and operated both teams, and we work for both teams. But there are some people in our organization that are just Pelicans and just Saints. But
did you get the Pelicans? So were you hired to do both at the same time, or were you getting one job first? Did you get the Pelicans one first or the Saints one?
For both at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
How giddy are you at this point? Because you did the Major League Baseball thing. All this hard work that you're doing is driving. Which, by the way, like all the ACC stuff that you said, that was nothing compared to what you've done with this commute from Cape May. But how giddy are you at this point? Because now you're getting big boy jobs with some pretty big names. You got to be pretty excited.
Yeah, I think where it really kind of came to fruition for me was after Cal Ripken, I worked for Monumental Sports and Entertainment, that's another organization that does multiple teams. I worked for both the Washington Capitals, Washington Wizards, and the Washington Mystics, WNBA team. And so I worked for all of them as an assistant editor and worked on some cool projects with that. And I think that was the first time I really worked directly for a team, an organization, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I really enjoy this. And had an opportunity, New Jersey Devils had an opening for a producer editor, tried for that and got that job. And that was my first real big time producer editor, kind of got to call the shots and do everything I wanted to do. And that was my first really big job, that role that I really was kind of seeking for a while. And I was able to be with the team for a while and really enjoyed that. And that was really kind of where it really came true for me, and just seeing all the cool stuff and getting to do all the cool things. I did both video content for in the arena and also social media, and just kind of being in the arena, working the games. I was filming all the games, but making a cool hype video or making a cool video, and then just sitting there watching and then seeing how the fans react to it and just getting the pop, like the fans just cheering, going nuts. And it was like, man, like I made that, I did that. That's really cool.
Is there a different approach when you're thinking like you're capturing content for inside the arena versus social media? Do you like creating content for one more than the other?
Yeah, I really like the social side, but I do love in arena as well. Right now I'm all social digital focused, but sometimes I'll help out with the arena and stuff, but we have a team devoted to just the arena stuff.
Oh, wow.
The arena stuff's kind of cool because you kind of have a little more creative freedom. We have different music licenses, so we can use popular music and different things. You just get that instant feedback. So like the video will play, fans will react, you're in there, you get to hear it. Where social media, you're just kind of scrolling through the comments and everything. And if the team's not doing that well, the comments aren't that nice, and it can kind of go either way. But I do like having a lot of fun with the social side of things too.
So what is your normal, like if you're looking at a game day for us, like let's focus on the Saints because football and all. What does a normal like game day look for you where you're producing content? Are you waiting just to collect everything, get back afterwards? Are you shooting stuff, posting stuff? And then how quickly are you churning out this content?
We turn everything real time.
Wow.
For both the Saints and the Pelicans. So a Saints game day for me, because of the time zone difference, instead of 1 o'clock, games are at noon, at 12. which was really weird for me when I first started. And I was like, this is, I don't know how I like
need this extra hour.
I was like, this is weird to be like, oh, kickoff at noon. I'm like, oh, okay. And then when we go on away games, I'm always like checking because I'm like, all right, is it 1 again? Like, how does this work again? And then like my times are kind of messed up because I'm like, wait, what is it? And then, but a game day for me, I have 2 producer editors that report directly to me, and then the assistant shooter editor. And I just make sure all our staffing for the game's okay. And then we have different assignments for the day. Sometimes there's different corporate partners that we have to capture content for, maybe a community event that started outside of the Superdome but is ending in the Superdome. Like sometimes there's player meetups with different groups and things. So we'll get different requests, and I'll just make sure that those requests are, we have those and prioritize those, and that our staff is covering all those. For me, on a game day, I shoot all of our player arrivals, all our guys arriving to the stadium. So game will take place at noon. I'm at the stadium at 7:30 a.m. And then
Seems early.
Yeah. So I'm at the stadium at 7:30 a.m. and then kind of get to place outside of our locker room, and then wait for the guys to arrive. They start arriving around 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m.
So you're like filming the guys as they're like coming in their suits, like off the bus? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is for home and away. This right now is a home scenario. They come in, they have a parking garage they park at, and then we'll get them coming out of the cars. We'll get them coming to the locker room and all different things. And then once that's completed, that's usually for about an hour, hour and a half. I'll take the footage and flip it for our social media team. We have a social media team that's just, they're in charge of all the posting and distributing the content. So we use Slack as our main content distribution. So I'll turn all the videos and everything and then send them all the videos on Slack, and then they post it on the stories, on Twitter, anything, on Facebook, whatever.
So are you using, I always am curious about this because.
I was going to ask the same question.
What, this?
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
Okay, so phone video is vertical.
Yeah.
How are you shooting it? Are you shooting it on a phone?
I shoot with my favorite camera right now is the Sony FX3, which is a small scale cinema camera.
I was going to ask
So
the
you're
same
getting
question.
a horizontal output, and then
So-
it goes to social. I'm so confused because I help with the alumni.
This is just going to be internal baseball for now.
Sometimes
So
it's like,
everybody's-
well, this isn't shot, and this isn't shot vertical, so it's not really. We have to edit the whole video to make sure it's vertical.
So I shoot everything 4K, and then I shoot it like horizontal, not vertical, and then keep it to a 16:9 kind of frame. But then I have we use Adobe Premiere, different sequences that are different settings. We turn out 16:9, that's for Facebook and things, 9:16 vertical for stories and Instagram, and then 4:5 is also good for Instagram carousels. So like for the Instagram carousels, like the perfect frame is like 4:5. So we'll do a lot of those for our rivals because we'll mix in, we have a photographer that gets photos of the guys, and then we'll mix in like photo video kind of thing in a carousel.
I cannot believe how specific your role. Like you're like, I am the guy that gets.
No, it's very cool. And it's a lot of content to turn, especially with social these days. Because before it was just, all right, maybe get something together for, team content, or we'll put it in the yearbook. But now it's like, no, this has to go out in 30 seconds to a minute. We're going to put this out there.
Yeah, the social video world is crazy in sports because everything is time dependent. So it can be so quickly just boom, you can't even use it anymore. Like it can be, hey, we just got a touchdown, and then
you have to turn that into social media.
And then there's an interception, or like things can happen so quick that you have to be so quick with it that it might even be like it's something even better might have just happened that it's like, oh, this play, like it's a sack is really cool, but we just got like a turnover on downs or something, or interception or whatever, like some cool fumble recovery, and it's like, oh, well, that sack's kind of pointless now. So
where both teams are playing, what is how are you managing that?
Oh, it's crazy. My schedule is a nightmare, but we make it work.
Yeah,
yeah. But no, we have a really great staff. My supervisor is great with everything, and then helping schedule everything, and just our staff's awesome. We're all really committed to just working in sports and just creating really cool stuff, and just committed to the grind. It's definitely a big grind, but it's nice. Like right now, Saint season's over, so it's a little more relaxed. Just kind of lean all in on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
But when it's both, it's kind of crazy because we actually create for the Saints. It's a sponsored element. We create a hype video every single week for the Saints. And it's kind of crazy to create this idea, new, fresh idea every week.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when the Pelican season starts, we have our Pelican stuff going on. Some weeks you'll have like, oh, I got to create this hype video, but then there's Pelicans practice or something else, a community event, whatever, partnerships, like all this different stuff going on. You just kind of have to figure out your schedule and how to do stuff like that.
Do you ever get to record like man on the street content? Do you get to pitch ideas ever, or social, like this is what we want, can you help us capture it? The only example I could think of is what player don't you want dating your sister? Like when they do that kind of social media content, do you ever get to, I'm sorry, this is the kind of stuff that shows up on my Instagram.
Oh boy.
Like a question roulette in a way. Yeah.
Question roulette. See, not man on the street. Now I know. Now I know.
Like a rapid fire.
Yeah.
We do everything. In my role as a senior content manager, I sit down with our partnership teams and we actually help, like I pitch the ideas that they sell to partners and help come up with the different ideas and come up with ways to think of like new things to do and just kind of have fun with that. We do media day every year for both the Saints and Pelicans, and a lot of that stuff is actually captured on a green screen or a specialized background, and we do that kind of rapid fire stuff.
Are the players generally a good sport about the things you're asking them to do?
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah.
I've had some players in the past that were kind of divas, I guess, per se.
They're like, let me see
Let's
that
name them.
before
No,
it
just
posts.
kidding. Just kidding.
There was a hockey player that was surprisingly really weird about stuff and demanded to see a list before he did anything of what we would want to do on media day. He'd ask what each thing was.
Maybe a little nervous,
And
a
then-
little nervous guy.
No, he's just he was an all-star. He was like the guy on the team. Like,
Yeah.
he was not nervous. He's
Yeah.
done it before. Been around the league for a while. He was just kind of like, yep, not doing that, not doing that.
Oh, wow.
Is that a voiceover? Yeah, sure, I can do that, I guess. I'll just read on paper. Yeah, no problem. And I'm not doing that. No, that's too goofy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they have to have their
They're
brand is
boundaries.
represented.
They got boundaries, you know.
So, all right. So, please tell me you are not commuting from Cape May to New Orleans on a daily basis. So, you're living down there, right? We're down south
Yep.
now. That was real south, not just
Down-
South
Not
Cape
South
May.
Cape
It's
May.
just
Yeah,
South Cape May.
No, living in New Orleans. I've been there.
We like it?
Yeah, in January, end of January will be 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do we like? The Po Boys down there? I went down there one time and I'm listening to me talk about like this stuff like twice. Like I know what I'm doing here.
The Po Boys and the Beignets.
Po Boys and the beignets. That's the
Yep.
only thing I know, really.
What's a po' boy? What's a po' boy?
What was it? It's a cheap like roast beef sandwich, basically.
Po'
right?
Boy, in our terms,
Yes,
it's
I'm sorry.
the New Orleans hoagie, I guess.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
So instead of
So
like
only roast beef.
instead of like a hoagie roll or like an Italian bread, it's a big, thick, fluffy French bread. So it's a lot of bread. But then it's
Sounds right up Rob's alley.
Oh gosh, I love it.
it's all different things. There's a fried shrimp po' boy.
I know.
It's fried shrimp on there, and then you got to get dressed. And dressed is mayo, lettuce, tomato, and pickles.
I clearly took all of that off.
Yeah, I know. I actually, when he said he got to get dressed, I was thinking Rob definitely didn't need
No, I
that.
obviously just had like a steak sandwich.
It's like when you come here and you go, let me get a whiz wit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to go down there and you go, let me get it dressed.
When the teams come here, do you tell them how to order their cheesesteaks? Do they ask you, like, do you visit all of the stuff? Do they ever want to go to those places?
One of my favorite players on the Saints is I haven't told him how to order things, but I've surprised him on media day my first year. He's his name's Cesar Ruiz. He's one of our guards. He's awesome. He's actually from Camden, New Jersey.
Oh, cool.
And the one day I surprised, like when I first met him, I was like, what's your go-to donkeys order?
Oh, I was going to say,
And
it's
he-
probably a
and he
donkey's
was
guy,
like,
not like a...
How do you know about donkeys?
She knows her past, right?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I really need to go there.
Donkeys?
Yeah, have you ever been?
Yeah, one time.
Really?
Yeah, you smell like onions. You come out of there, you just
Okay with
reek
that.
of onions.
That's fine.
It's an onion lover's dream. They
Yeah.
load you up with onion. It's super good. And it's
I need to get
different,
there.
but it's
Okay.
Yeah,
if
you gotta
Maybe
stop
next
there.
time you're here, we'll go.
Yeah.
When you have more time, because you're
Yes.
like literally
Yeah,
coming.
you're flying out
Yeah.
of here. We have you for like
where
another 2 minutes.
Yeah, where are you next? You have like, you're going to dinner next?
Yeah, so hanging out with the family,
Okay.
maybe some friends, and then going back to the team hotel. And
Wait, but you're going back to Cape May tonight or no?
yeah, probably gonna go back and say hi to the dogs.
And then you're going to go back to Philly tonight? I'm so like, wow, this seems
Yeah.
like so much in a day.
Wait, you're going to Cape May to go to Philadelphia International Airport?
Yeah, tonight.
Like across the bridge?
Well, no, I'm not going back to the airport. I don't fly back out till tomorrow.
Okay, because I'm going that way. I could take you. Like I live across the bridge. I could just drop you off.
We're probably gonna.
Mom's like, okay, cool. She's like, but don't take my boy for the next few hours because I want to spend time with him. Yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm
I'll-
leaving right after this, so
All the family time's very precious. So definitely
I'm sure.
appreciate all the chances I get to
When you're traveling
hang out
so
with them.
much.
Yeah.
So it's got to be tough.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing? I mean, you're traveling all over the place. So what are you doing do you get downtime?
Yeah.
And what are you doing on your
right.
downtime?
Yeah. Downtime, just hanging out with my significant other. She's holding the house down right now.
Love it. Did you meet her in New Orleans?
No, she's actually from Ocean City, New Jersey.
Oh my gosh! How convenient is that?
Yeah.
Now you want to smack talk on Ocean City because you're Cape May. Like this is your time now to talk about other shore towns.
That's where he's
Oh,
from.
that's where Dad's from.
Okay, all right.
Look at these two beach lovers.
Asbury Ave. Let's go. It's on.
No, so she's holding the house down right now with our new puppy, and then that was not a definitely an accidental adoption. It was abandoned at her work, and we took it in, and then our 4 cats. So she's got a house full right now.
Oh my goodness, how are the cats reacting to the addition of the dog?
They're getting more and more used to them. They all took a nap together for the first time the other day, which was kind of cool. But no, it's definitely we have our youngest cat is still kind of figuring out the dog, and
She's like, what in the world?
She's like a full blown like murder machine right now. Just like anytime the dog gets in there,
That's aggressive there.
Yeah.
What's the biggest piece of advice you give students when you talk to them?
For me, the advice I always give is just if you're really passionate about getting into sports media, whether it's social media, video, photography, any kind of avenue like that, just always keep growing and always just keep hungry. It's not the easiest thing to get into, but if you just keep pushing, and no matter what role you start with, I started out small with MLB with assistant editor role, full-time, part-time, commuted up. I mean, if you just keep doing the right things and just stay positive about it, it'll end up working out, and you can get some great experience. And this industry is all about not necessarily your college background, but it's about your experience. And as long as you keep building up your experience, you're going to get where you want to get.
Jess, Jon talked a lot about a lot of things in that interview, but it was a great interview. I loved hearing all the stuff he's doing. He's doing great stuff. Like I'm living his dream. It sounds like he really is loving his job. He's doing the commute from Cape May.
It's really stuck with you.
Isn't that crazy town?
Yes. Well, also they don't mind driving, because my big takeaway was his parents picked him up at the airport. I was just like shocked, because I'm like, you're doing so much driving just like in this short period of time. Like he's going home, but I think I said they're bringing him back to Philly tonight. Like, holy cow, it's 6:00 p.m. for reference of what time of day it is.
The kid's built to last, though, because he said he had talked about in the interview about his commute to ACCC. I think I put too many C's in there, but I don't know what's in there. But also, we were like, he was built for that sort of commute. And then next thing you know, he's driving Major League Baseball. He just really wanted this career for himself. And I think that perseverance, and he kind of shares that for students that are considering this field, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to just be you're going from here, Rowan University in Glassboro, to the Saints and Pelicans.
Right.
You got to put your time in. And he put a lot of time.
Got to put your time in. Got to put your miles in.
Yep.
Your flight.
Yeah, he's put a lot of miles.
Your flight miles on.
Yeah.
He probably has excellent. I wonder if I guess we should. I'm sure the team is paying for the flights,
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
But is he getting individual like mileage?
Getting
perks,
turn
do you
down
think?
service?
I need to know that. I'm gonna follow up with a text.
Chocolates and stuff.
Oh no! Wait, what is the cookie you like?
Oh, the cookie.
The Lorna Dunes.
Oh, the Lorna Dunes. I love it, Lorna. Oh, and the biscuit. You got me? Oh, we shouldn't talk about this now. We'll talk about it another time. But no, Jon was great to talk to. Another great alum doing great big things here on Beyond the Brown and Gold.
You've been listening to Beyond the Brown and Gold on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. You can find more episodes on your favorite podcasting platforms by searching for Beyond the Brown and Gold or Rowan Radio On Demand.